Okay. Student, we were discussing about the disaster management, or you can say how can we deal with the disaster. Earlier we had discussed about the disaster prevention, and thereafter we had discussed how can we reduce its effect. But today we will be talking about the disaster preparedness. How can we prepare with the disaster? Yes,
We can give education about it, train
very
the
good.
student
We
this
can
knowledge.
spread the education. What other thing we can do?
Can provide proper information regarding what kind of disaster it is and how can we tackle it at grass level.
And can you repeat last line?
How can we tackle it at the root level? So there
Very
should be a
good.
training on that also.
Yes,
And
the training is required. What are the other things?
We can develop a technology, like develop
Excellent.
technologies
We
which
can
will
develop the advanced technology. Very good. What other things we can do?
rumors should be stopped immediately
Yes,
about
we
that
can stop
disaster.
the rumors. But it is at the time of disaster preparedness. I'm talking about disaster preparedness. What
make
other
all
things?
be prepared with all the health facilities if
Yes.
there's
So
any
for that we
emergency.
required fund also, right? So we can gather the fund. What other things?
Also, ma'am, helpline numbers.
Yes, very good. We should design the helpline numbers. What other things?
Miss, all the cardinal basic essential services has to be prepared beforehand.
Yes, beforehand, because now we have the weather forecast technology. So if this weather forecasting is saying okay, something could be happen like this, so beforehand we should be prepared with everything technology. What other things? We should prepare with the link emergency responses, rehabilitation, right? Because if disaster will happen, definitely we should plan with the rehabilitation also. So this thing involves the measures which designed to organize and facilitate the timely, effective rescue, relief, and rehabilitation operation in the case of disaster. So it involves setting up the disaster relief machineries, as you said that technological advancement should be there. Yes, so we should design some disaster relief machinery, formulation of the emergency relief plans. One of you told that, ma'am, we should design the emergency helpline number. So yes, emergency relief plans should be there. Then see, the most important thing is here, we should train the specific group, those who can take the rescue services and the relief services on the basis of the disaster, stocking of supply, and whatever funds are there, relief operation, they should be gathered. So we will learn all these activities under few headings, like first of the communication plan. What communication plan should be done? Yes, I told you about the communication failure when we were discussing about the effects of the disaster. That time we have seen the communication failure is the major problem. So we should have the communication plan. Like I told you earlier when we were talking about the preventive measure, that whenever we are giving warnings, so we should use the alternative communication things. Like I told you that we should use maximum way to announce about the disaster. Like we should forecast these things on your news channels, your radio, everywhere in the form of the emergency news. We should send the announcement in the form of when everything. So it is very important to warn the people, and clear instruction should be there, as we had already discussed earlier, that there should no ambiguous words should be used in that case, and we should use the clear instruction. And whatever relief and rehabilitation team is working, so it is very important to give the clear instruction to them also, so that there should not be any mishaps, that this particular team, relief and rehabilitation team, is going to the one corner of the affected people, and other corner is not affected. Other corner, they did not get any type of the relief, and the one side, they people are getting the two times relief, three times relief. It may happen, na? So there should be a proper communication amongst the people, those who all are working this rescue plan. So it is really very important that there should be a proper management, and there should be a proper communication amongst the people, those who all are working for the disaster, that you take this A region, you take B region, you take C region for giving the relief and communication. Otherwise, what will happen, that one area more and more people will approach, and they will go to that particular site. Then next, few of you told about the training. So now you tell me, what type of training can be given?
Mock drills
Yes,
First aid.
will be
very good.
better.
First aid training. Then
Mock drills.
If there is a flood area, then there must be a training on swimming.
excellent. That if it is the always flood prone area, so that time swimming training to be given. Then what else?
Effective communication skills. So
Very good.
if
Effective communication skill training must be given, that so that the people can tackle very tricky way with the people. Because see, we have also learned about the psychological effects of the disaster, in that we have seen that these people, those who are affected, they are very sad and they are very much scared with the situation. So definitely effective communication skill will help. What other type of training?
uh,
Yes,
if it's a mountainous area, they could teach them how to climb, how to
very good.
effectively
Tracking training can be given. Very good. What other training?
to prepare basic food if in case of some.
Yeah, yeah, but at preparedness it will not come. Now see, adequate training must be given for disaster preparedness, like pre-event planning, that what could be happen and what we can do. Like NCC and all, they are giving proper training. So capability must be developed for the assessment of damage potential, that how much damage can be happen because of this particular disaster. So whatever strategies, tools, and resources, inventory, everything is really very essential to mitigate the damage, and government must develop the organization. Now, why government should take initiative? Because here the proper training is required to make a rescue team. So this particular trained volunteers among the civil population, they can go ahead and they can take the responsibility, and their this trained volunteers, those who are very good swimmer at the time of flood, definitely they are very important. So just now one student has told, ma'am, the flood prone area people should train. So now see, I know the swimming, so I can come out of the situation, but I must be given a training, that how can I save the people with this flood area. Suppose I know the swimming, but the little children, they don't know, the women at that area, they don't know. So we should have the team of the volunteers, those who are very much good in the swimming, and they are very strong to help the other also. Understood? Because if the volunteer, you and me may know the swimming, but the situation and the psychological condition is not in that way that we can help the others. So we should prepare the volunteers, those who are ready to face the situation, and they are very much ready and planned how can they save the life of the people in that particular situation. So really such type of trained, organized, and responsible volunteers are really very important. Example, organization like Red Cross and Ready Sources, they have the trained volunteers. Also, college level training we all are observing in the case of NSS and NCC. Then another thing is casualty predictions. There is a spelling mistake. Predictions it is okay. So what type of casualty prediction? Casualty predictions means we should predict with this is preparedness. Yes, we are talking about the disaster preparedness. We got the weather forecast. This thing could be happen. So we should plan that this many people can injure, this many people can die. So we should be ready with the medical services as this thing will come. So immediately we should have this many beds if this many things will happen. Now, next thing is the stockpiling. Can anyone tell me about it? Stockpiling means
To get the resources,
very good.
to store the resources.
Where yes, store the resources at least 3 days. Food supply and water supply is the minimum recommendation. This much food should be there to the affected people for the long survival. Small, they should be given basic things like food, basic food, and sanitary napkins, toiletries. These things should be given. Small comfort thing also we can give to the affected people if they have the baby. So baby few toys for the children, or we can give the book. At least the children will come out of the trauma. So such type of stock can be had. Evacuation
Like
means
the silos must be so much like stocked that it does not have the people don't have a scarcity of resources. Don't face
yes.
it.
Okay. Now evacuation means can
To
I
get the affect to get
yes.
people away from the affected area.
Very good. Emptying the people from that particular area to take the people away from that area. Now, when we are evacuating, so definitely it is not very easy. Even the people are affected, it is not very easy for them to leave the home, leave the family. But at that particular time, it is there should be proper agencies. They should involve and they should have the common understanding of their role and responsibility in order to avoid any type of the confusion and any type of the panic situation. Suppose the agency, as I told you here again, the communication plays a very important role, that the government body they have made, they already prepared. We are talking about the disaster preparedness, so they have already prepared that how they all are going to rehabilitate these particular people. So they should be very well prepared that they are emptying the a area, so they are keeping these people on the rehabilitation center first floor. These people should be kept on the second floor, understood? So there should be a proper evacuation plan that how and where the people will stay. So there should be some measures when we are evacuating people should taken, that whatever shelter site are made, so that should be within 1 hour of walk or at least 5 kilometer of dwelling. Evacuation route should be away from the coast or flood prone areas, because again, if it is not been considered, so there is no use of evacuation. Evacuation After the evacuation, we should ensure the proper evacuation by seeking the community participation. We should make the people aware. Now this is preparedness. So at the early phase we are evacuating people, we are taking people out of that danger. Family should be encouraged to take along water, food, clothing, and emergency supplies from their home at least for 3 days. People should listen to a battery powered radio and they should follow the local instruction. If the danger is a chemical release, so that particular time people should be instructed to evacuate immediately, otherwise they may get affected. So these are the certain things which we should consider. Then response phase. Response phase means
Response phase means after the disaster, what precaution or steps should be taken?
yes, the it is the phase where action will done. So this includes the mobilization of the necessary emergency services. It includes the events like setting up control room, putting the contingency plan in action, warning action for the evacuation, taking people for safer shelter, providing the medical aids to the injured people, situation assessment, and the resource mobilization. So this particular phase, or you can say this response phase, this includes the three phases. One is the pre, during, and the post. When we talk about the pre disaster response phase, it includes, or it intended to reduce the impact of the disaster on life and property of the society by setting up the control room and evacuation of the people. If the people are evacuated before the disaster, so definitely it is going to be very much better, and there should be less harm to the life. Then responsive phase during the disaster to ensure the steps are being taken to alleviate and minimize the loss of life and property. Post response phase to achieve the rapid and effective recovery from the disaster. So this is about the response phase. Now recovery phase, when it will come, it will come at the end. So what can we do at the recovery phase, children?
We can donate stuff.
Will you please?
Donate.
We can.
Donate. We can donate.
Yes. What do you
There
mean by
should be
recovery?
recovery means the loss of life, or you can say loss of property which had happened. It's because of disaster.
To get something back to normal.
Excellent. It is to restore the affected area to the previous state. So it differs from the response phase in focus. Recovery efforts are concerned with the issue and decision that made immediately after the disaster. Okay. And whatever needs of the people are there, we should address the need of the people, and we should try to help the people to come out of the trauma by doing the counseling, by helping them. Few of you said that we should extend the donation. Yes, we should do. So the recovery efforts are the primary concern with effect that involves the disaster assessment, damage clearance, immediate rehabilitation. Then we can say the reconstruction planning and everything implementation. Understood? So along with that, we require the counseling. We should provide the social support to the disaster survivor. It is most important phase. Now see the people, those who all were affected with the COVID, so they were staying into the isolation camps. At the isolation camp, now I'm telling the real experience of the isolation center. There they were providing very humble attitude with the people, those who were isolated, so that they should not feel lonely, that I'm alone here, no care, nothing is there. So some type of counseling should be given. Because of that counseling, my sister's full family survived today, because few people were affected and the other family was into the isolation camp. So this type of counseling is really very important. They are very well educated, but then too they need little bit tampering, so that they should come out of the stress what they are bearing. Okay. So activities under recovery phase are carried out in two stages. One is the short term recovery. What do you consider about the short term activities?
Like at that point of
Medical recovery of a person for his convalescence.
Yes. What else thing? That immediate recovery, short term immediate recovery, in that at least the basic requirement like shelter, food, water, clothing, medicines, everything should be given, so that the minimum operating status of for the time being will be recovered and the life will come to the routine. Then what things will come into the long term recovery?
The
providing
economic
houses
losses.
if the houses are being destroyed.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Loss of man property, and
Yes.
the economic losses what a person or the masses have been facing.
Provide
Yes.
compensation.
Compensation, very good. So this long term recovery will not come in immediate action. It may take several months, it may take years also to return to the normal life, or you can say it can give better lives to the people. They will have the better level, they may build their houses which can resist into the normal situation, and they can bear all this thing. So for this thing, provision of the financial assistance for the redevelopment is really important. They may be given the legal assistance if required. Livelihood support can be given. Community planning and development, counseling, psychological assistance, all these things can bring the long term effect of the recovery. This is all about the disaster. Now when we are talking about the disaster, we must consider about the human rights issues in addressing the disaster. Till here, any doubts, students?
No,
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 ma'am.
ma'am.
Good. Today, 21 students are there.